So everyone, welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today I want to talk about the CCM USA Hockey All-American Prospects game last night that was up in Buffalo at the First Niagara Center, I believe. That's what they're calling it this week. Obviously a mass hole, one of the MVP is kind of a big deal. To see Tom Fitzgerald's son Ryan, who played at Malden Catholic, and he's playing for the Valley Junior Warriors in Massachusetts this year. Get the MVP. It was pretty cool. Had 3 assists in Team McClanahan's 5-2 win over Team Housley. Pretty good to see Rob McClanahan coaching. But one of the biggest things we've seen Seth Jones out there. He's going to be a top 2 pick in the draft. It's going to go back and forth between him and Nathan McKinnon. Seth Jones would have been on the World Junior team last year had he not been hurt, and I'm actually upset. I watched the development team play against BU. He wasn't in the lineup. I was kind of neither him nor Truba played. I was really upset, but I got to see some great defensemen nonetheless with Siloff and with Shea and a couple of those guys. But the kid's a real deal. Scored last night. Having a good year so far with Portland. We've been hearing so much about him. Since he was 14 or 15, and it's good to see him living up to it. And he will be a top 2 pick in the draft. He's got that kind of talent. He can really get it done. And I like to see Americans going high in the draft. I think it's funny. His father's obviously an assistant with the Brooklyn Nets, assistant coach, and he's never played organized basketball. I mean, a kid that big, I'd like to put him a power forward, but he's got a passion for hockey, and he's going to be. Depend upon this lockout. If it goes the whole season, it's going to be the lottery system like they did in 2005, and a team like Toronto or Columbus would gladly scoop this kid up and make him the face of the franchise for the next 15 years, but we'll see how that works out. But I like what USA Hockey's doing with this. All the best American players getting to play on the on one showcase together, kind of like what the CHL does with the top prospects game, Team War versus Team Cherry every year. Having those two, that obviously Don Cherry and Bob Ewart coaching is pretty cool, but the CHL has players from all over the world that play in the Canadian Hockey League. It's not just limited to Canadians, which is it's pretty cool. It's good to see. The Cam Fowler playing. Yakupov didn't play last year. That was a big deal. But it's pretty cool to see what USA Hockey's doing, and hopefully raises the profile of some of these Americans and helps them go higher in the draft, because nothing excites me more than seeing American kids going high. That's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the CCM USA Hockey All-American Prospects game. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off-season, lockout, and beyond. Later, guys.